It's time to rock and roll!
Okay, hi, good morning, Emily. How are you?
Hi there. Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, congratulations on the film.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed watching it, really enjoyed your performance.
Thank you.
Could you just tell me a little bit about how you got started? When did you realize you wanted to be an actress?
Absolutely. I grew up in a family of actors, and I was exposed to it at a really young age. But I never knew that I wanted to be an actor until I got to college and really found it for myself. I auditioned for the fall play just to kind of try something new and different, and had the most amazing time doing that play, and then just kept doing the plays. And then I was like, oh, I really want to get some training in this. I want to get some years of exploring and making mistakes and asking questions. And so I ended up going to graduate school and did my MFA out in Los Angeles. And I just have absolutely loved this craft ever since. And so that was my introduction. I was definitely, exposed to it young, but was able to find it for myself once I went off to college.
And in that process, did you always know you wanted to go to features? Just a little bit of research about you. I saw you did, you were coming from mostly a play background, it seems like.
Yes, I had only ever done plays in graduate school, and in undergrad. I had never worked on a feature film. And um, when I graduated from graduate school, I have two incredible managers, and I had some amazing auditions, and I continue to have amazing auditions thanks to them. And this audition for Motherland came up in the fall of 2023, and I auditioned. And I was auditioning for anything that came my way, whether that was film, television, theater. It was really just whatever work was happening, I was happy to audition for. And that's how I fell into this feature being my first project. So
Yeah, it's in a way sort of posts apocalyptic, not apocalyptic maybe, but dystopian,
yeah.
very genre oriented. Is that a world that you find interesting in a way that maybe I haven't seen your play work, but is it a realm that you find different ways to explore performing because it's not our reality? It's a potential reality as the film explores, but it's different, it's just outside of our purview.
Totally. And I in all the plays that I was a part of in graduate school, I never inhabited a dystopian world. This was my first time living in a world like Motherland. And I think it's really exciting because while there are similarities to the world that we are living in, and there are ways to make connections and bridge the gap between the two, I have a completely different, Zinnia has a completely different mindset because I was raised in a society, in a very specific society with very specific rules. And it's all I've ever known, which informs every single decision that I make, right? It's my upbringing. And so I had to put myself in that position, knowing, what have I been exposed to? What have I seen? What have I read? What have I not read? And so you have to ask yourself a different set of questions when you're inhabiting a dystopian world, because you're exposed to very different things than if it were set in modern day in the world that we're living in right now. But it's really exciting to have to ask those questions. And of course, there are opportunities to draw from your own life, but you also have to put yourself in a completely different set of circumstances. So,
Yeah, see, this is why you're the actor and I'm not. I don't know how to do that. So I find it really fascinating that you have that whole perspective already when you approach characters and stuff like that. Um, this role or any others, how do you feel that do you shut yourself off, I guess, all the time, like from your own personal experiences? Or is there any specific instances maybe you have drawn from with your own real life? You don't have to get like too deep or personal. I'm just curious, like, do you find it easier to play someone completely separate from you or someone you're like, oh, I could relate to this emotion or this experience?
that's a really great question. I think for me, it's different for every actor. For me personally, I will always, always draw on me and my life and my experiences because, we explored this idea in graduate school. There is no character, there is only you, which I think can be interpreted many different ways. But I think the human experience is the human experience. And yes, I may play characters that are in a completely different set of circumstances, and often that is the case. But there is always a way to find points of reference from your own life as a jumping off point to find your way. I think it's a bridge between you and this character. It's a melding of the two. It's a meeting in the middle. It is never a disregard of one or the other, right? So I think I absolutely was asking myself questions in this process of Motherland about my own life and my own experiences as a jumping off point. Before then, thinking about the differences of us. I was always starting with the similarities, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it totally does. I don't know how to express that because I am not an act. Again, I don't even know how to stand in front of a camera comfortably. This is already nerve-wracking enough whenever I do these. So, congratulations to you on that, and props and respect and all that. And so, as an actor moving forward, are there certain or like genres or types of stories you're interested in exploring?
Mm.
Um, Anything that like you really like to, maybe not a dream project perhaps, but just something you're like, I would like to try that. You see a movie, you're like, "Ooh, that seems fun. I want to get into that atmosphere. I want to explore that world."
That's a great question. I love that this career is so open and that there are so many opportunities to inhabit so many different worlds. I could never have planned Motherland or planned to be a part of a dystopian film, but I was so lucky to be a part of one and then experience what that was like. And so the main feeling I have is I'm so open to whatever opportunities and whatever worlds come my way. And there's nothing specific that I necessarily want to do, but I would love to. I love inhabiting, you know, uh, I love the show. I love shows that take you to a very specific world. And there's often I love drama, I would say, over comedy. I love, like, for example, I'm thinking of the show like Outlander. It's a very specific time and environment, and you're following these characters on a tremendous journey. And so I hope to play characters that go on journeys and arcs, and are in fantasy or drama, whatever it might be, but that there's this exciting arc and journey involved in the projects that I do. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a pretty significant one in Motherland. So again, congratulations to the film.
Yeah.
I guess one last thing then. So do you have any favorite film or television shows that besides Outlander? I'm not super familiar with that program, but anything that you're like, that's maybe the goal to
Mm.
you know.
It's a great question. I when I watch, I watch so many different genres. I'm not somebody that has, a certain genre that they love and that they watch. I love to see as many different things as possible. Some things that I've seen recently that have really stuck with me, and I would love to be a part of worlds like that. I saw Shogun, which is incredible, just so incredible. Again, what I'm talking about, like a world that you are taken to, a completely different specific world, with beautiful character arcs. So Shogun, I saw the show Say Nothing. It's that Irish show about the IRA and about the troubles in Ireland, and I thought the two lead actresses were incredible, and I would love to play roles like that. And I saw Normal People back in the pandemic, which I thought was a beautiful, complex, atypical love story. I mean, I'm naming a lot of different types of material, but I love any and all of it, as long as it's again deeply personal to the actors and to and following a journey and a world. World building, I think, is so important, and shows that have tremendous world building are some of the most successful shows, I think. Shogun has that world, and so does Say Nothing. Anyway, I'm basically saying I love all of it, and so I would love to be a part of projects like that.
No, well, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on Motherland. Congratulations on your first feature film, right?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Motherland available everywhere on digital platforms. Thank you so much for your time. It sounds like you're casting a wide talent net, and I have no doubt you're going to catch it all. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.